It's the music box, we going to the top.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Box Talk TV. It's your host, Nia P.
And it's your boy Marlo, Celebrity Barber out of Memphis, Tennessee. Welcome to Box Talk TV.
And y'all know we podcasting on the trending topics today, and we got quite a few. So we going live on our personal pages. Y'all engage with us, ask us questions, any concerns that y'all got, and it's okay for to agree to disagree if y'all don't agree with our opinions. But let's get into our first topic.
All right, what's the first topic for today? What do we have off the muscle, off top?
Our first topic.
First topic at Box Talk TV today.
Let's see what we got.
Let's see what we got today.
No,
You're not a Christian? Do you believe in God?
I believe in the universe.
How about God?
I believe in, you call it God, I call it the universe. Because the universe is everywhere. So I believe everything starts with the universe.
Okay, so
All right.
basically for y'all who didn't hear, what what was that man name, Brandon? You know his name? I don't know this man, but I seen this video and I liked how he was adamant about knowing who do you believe in, Monique. So basically this man was asking Monique, who do she believe in God? And Monique said, nah, I believe in the universe. And he like, yeah, but do you believe in God? And she said, no, I believe in the universe. And she went on to say like God is mean, he wants 10% of your money, God just be doing too much, basically. That's what her thought. So what you got on that, Marlo?
Well, I've been on tour with Monique. Me and Monique real good friends. If I knew we was going to get on this today, as I did earlier, I should have took the time to call Monique and maybe get a soundbite. I sent you a video.
Anytime you need a haircut in Memphis, Tennessee, you gotta go see my brother Marlo.
And me and Monique have had these conversations, these spiritual conversations, a lot on the road. And what I tell Monique is, I said, Monique, you might not want to say God because you have a problem using that word because you don't like how it's been used and you don't like how things have been. And even the 10% me and Monique had spoke about. And I said, well, the thing about it, God never said money was the 10%. Man edited that for themselves and their own purpose. So 10% is 10% of whatever you give, and it could be time, it could be energy, it could be a blanket, it could be your talent. So the 10% has always bothered me because I understand that the 10% was not always money. You know what I'm saying? So we have translated God's word to make it benefit ourselves. And I understand people who end up in that area. I don't fall into that area because I stand fast on my faith and I understand that I don't understand everything. Some people want to understand everything, and sometimes our minds are not capable of doing the things that God's mind has done. So sometimes we don't have the capacity. But one thing my pastor told me a long time ago, and it resonates with me and sticks with me today, even if the Bible wrong is right. And what that means is, even if it's wrong, if we all live by the principles in that book, will the world be better? And that's a yes. So even if it's not right, it's still right. So you can't go wrong believing in God and standing fast on your faith. And a lot of time when people say the universe or energy, you still speaking about God. You just don't want to say his name. And that's fine.
A slight portion.
That's fine. Yeah. But I don't force the word on anybody.
Absolutely.
But I do force the words on people. You might not want to say his name, but if you living by his energy and respect that there's a higher power, you don't have to call him by his name. But if you call on him by the energy that you're using, you're still talking to God.
I feel that.
So I respect everybody's opinion, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to say his name one way or the other.
I feel that. And my take on the whole, who do you believe, God or the universe? I feel like I'm not going to believe in something that God created versus the creator. Like, he's the ultimate. He's the God. And the thing, like I said, our views are kind of distorted because of what's pushed. But I feel like some of us follow the religion of our folks, so we don't really know. We know church, but we don't really know God. Yeah. We don't have that relationship with him for real. But I feel like God do allow things. So like you said, people are mad at God, so that's why they turn to a different faith or something like that. My thing is, like I said, I can't push my beliefs or my faith on anybody. Only thing I can do is give you the information that God done gave me, so that
Right.
nobody blood is on my hands. So
Say that
I
again.
done did my part. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But my thing is, with the other religions, the Buddha, the Muhammad, all those religions, they don't offer salvation, and they don't have it in their contract. And I feel like this part of life is temporal. Some of us don't live past 20 years old. Like,
Right.
where you leave, where you go after here, where you're stationed after here, I feel like that's important. That's eternal. That's temporary. That's permanent. You
That's
know,
true. That's
this
true.
is so temporary, and I feel like we need to get into that. And for the people who say, "Oh, I believe in God, but I don't believe in Jesus," or "Jesus is the way," he say the only way to the God that you believe in is through me.
Yeah.
You can't even get through him without me. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So
It's like
yeah.
believing in cars but driving off road.
that part, like you said, I feel like a lot of people just be mad at God, so they like the hell with it. But I feel like God do allow certain things, and it's all purpose. You see what I'm saying? You could be a grief if God done allowed for you to lose somebody.
Right.
Grief counseling could be your portion. That could be your gift. That could be your ministry. Sometimes we gotta learn how to turn our pain into purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my
And
take on the whole.
sometimes some of the people that don't want to say his name now, it don't mean they won't find him later. So instead of
Every
pushing
knee
you
gotta
away
bow.
from God, I'll allow you to have some form of whatever you believe is that works for you, and through time you may figure your way out or find your
part.
way, because there was people with Jesus that wasn't believers until they came into the belief.
Come on now.
So sometimes people come to God and come to Christ at their own certain times,
Yeah, at their
and
own
and
pace.
at their own pace, and we can't force it on them. It'll come when it
feel
comes.
that. I feel that. But like she said, she loves, so just continue to love. And I
She's
hope
a good
she-
person, though. I love
yeah,
Monique.
I feel
She's
that.
a sweetheart.
I feel that 1,000%. So yeah, that's our take on the Monique, the guy.
And shout out to
versus the
Monique.
uniform.
Shout out to Monique.
Shout out to you, Mo. And let's go on to our next topic.
All right, topic number 2 right here at Box Talk TV.
Okay, let's see
What we got on the screen? What do we have on the
So
screen?
we talking about these crime in Memphis, the YNs, done
The
struck
YNs. If
again.
you've been watching Channel 13, you've been seeing me doing interviews on 13 and 24. Shout out to 24 as well. This is the situation. If you can see the screen behind me, or you can follow us at Box Talk TV. These young men are now coming to your home, not to just steal your car. See, the devil comes to steal, kill, and
Oh,
destroy.
Jesus.
And so now these kids are coming like the devil would come into your
Full
life. So now they're
fully
coming to steal your
manifested.
car, but the truth of the matter is, it's not even really about the car. It's the opportunity that the devil have to use these young demons to steal the life and the joy and the happiness. Because once this happens to you, you don't have the same peace you have at that address anymore. Once something like this happened to you, where these young men come to your house armed with one at the front door, one at the side, just to steal your car, they're, even if they don't take the car, or even if they do take the car, what they have stolen from you cannot be replaced. Your peace, your joy, and your happiness cannot be replaced when you don't feel safe within the walls of the city. So what we have now is we have people who say they're on demon time, and we hear young people using the phrase often, man, I'm on demon time, I'm on demon time. But they don't realize those words that you use, and you're casting spells.
I feel that. So it's two things I want to say. Like you say, the devil come to steal, kill, and destroy. This is nothing but a manifestation of a demonic agenda being pushed. And I was listening to this podcast. I think it was Stephanie E.K. Okafor. She said that basically demons don't have power, and they don't have a body. All they have is a plan.
Right.
So just like how we go, like we had to use the bathroom real bad, and
Right.
when you run into that bathroom, you don't care who you bump against, you just need to go to the bathroom so you can release
that.
She said that is exactly how demons work. They just looking for a body to
A host.
in that part to carry out this agenda, so that they can release. They find so much satisfaction in doing that. So yeah, and these okay, like you said, on demon time, these people don't know who they are. They don't
have
know
no
the
idea.
power that's in their mouth. So the devil He don't want you to even know who you are. You dare not find out who you are. Let me just put this temptation in front of your face to
Right.
keep you occupied. Because you dare not find out who you really are. Because then you coming up against the whole kingdom of darkness. Like, and that's what these people really don't be knowing. And I pray that these boys do not die in their sin. It's their soul that I really cry for. Like, that.
It's getting close to the time we about to start having to wear onions around our neck. These little vampires so different. We almost gonna have to start wearing onion and carrying a stake
And
to stab them in the heart.
Start praying over y'all houses. Start keeping y'all stuff covered. Pray over y'all houses. Pray over y'all cars.
Take your
pray
welcome
over y'all
mats off.
children. Yes, pray, pray, pray,
Yeah.
pray. You know,
Because spirits can read.
keep yourselves covered.
Yeah. And you got to be mindful who you talk to. So make sure that the people that you speak to is speaking life into you.
That part, yes, yes.
Listen to how, when you see a group of young men, listen to how they speak to each other in the spells of negativity. That's why Memphis is one of those cities. Memphis is great at checking. Man, they can check. We can talk bad about each other. We can tear each other down and make it funny. We're great at that. That's why we have so much negativity, because we're great at negativity. But when I say, man, how do we
Master
talk?
at it.
We've mastered checking each other, man. Look, even Stephen A. Smith said something, man. They check them. Big forehead, but that's cool. But when it's time to cut a check, do you know how to do that type of checking? When it comes to banking, do you know how to do that type of checking?
Come on now.
It's the only kind of checking you know how to do is tearing another person down and making it funny. Is that the only skill
Let's
you
worry
have
about
in
what
Memphis?
matters for real.
Do we have what's the next topic here at Box Talk TV today?
Okay, let's my life in the country.
And if you're on the live, if you have any questions for us, if you got any comment, please speak up and we'll address what you type or what you text on the live here at Box Talk TV.
Come on now, talk to us. We talk back. Kiyosha said on my live that my voice going in and out. She can't really hear me. So on my live, I don't know what's going on with my speaker on my phone, but be looking out for this podcast episode. It's gonna be posted on Box Talk TV on YouTube. The link will be posted on there. So our next topic, we talking about the women with a lot of kids. Marlo, what you got?
This is a topic, women with a lot of kids. Let's address this. This has been a subject and will be a subject forever, but we are now in a culture where women, they say, have too many kids. Well, let's address that. First and foremost, women don't even have kids. Now, I know that sounds crazy. Women are the ovens. You've never went home, opened your oven, and expect to see some groceries in there that you didn't put in there. So women cannot produce, birth, cultivate anything unless something was placed inside of that woman's womb.
I got a
So
question.
men have too many kids.
I got a question to the audience. What is too many children? What do you deem as too many?
Well, first and foremost, that's a good question. Women are the recipients of children. The children has
'Cause I
been
got
with
a
the
lot of
man
children.
since we was 12, 13. Men are the carriers of the children. Once we link with a woman and place the kid inside the woman, her body is made to cultivate, develop, mature. She has that gift.
Multiply.
So when we say a woman has too many kids, we have a men having too many kids problem, because men are the ones placing kids inside of women. So we can't look at a woman and say, you have too many kids. We have to have responsibility in our manhood to say, man, that men have mistreated that woman. That's a victim that woman is a victim of men that she obeyed. We ask women to obey. We tell them, man, you need to listen to us. That woman listened to 3 different men or 4 different men or 5 different men. She was obedient. That's a woman that said, I'm trusting you to do what you need to do as a man. And we have 4, 3, 5, however many fathers that she have. Those are men that came into that situation and was not responsible and placed kid inside of a woman. But we want to blame the woman and not the men who are out here planting their seeds at places they can't afford to cultivate, putting their kids at places they don't plan to be. So we can't look at women and say you have too many kids as if the woman had a child by herself.
But I feel like at some point we have to be good stewards over our own bodies. Do you
Right.
see what I'm saying? I have a lot of children too. I feel like that. Well, it depends on what's your standard of a lot. But I have 4 children. My kids is my husband's kids. We don't have any outside children. My only children, his only children. You know, that's that. I feel like that's was God plan for us to take control, fruit, subdue the earth. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like it is a fine line between what's within the boundary and what's not. You see what I'm saying? But at some point, like if we just having all these kids, it's how you steward those children. All that matters. Like, how are you raising these children to go out in the earth? Are you raising them to be what we get enough of already, or are you raising them to change change the dynamic?
This culture we live in now, the next group of women that's coming behind these women now, they see the struggles that our group of women are going through. See, this the first group of women that can't trust men. See, we are seeing people have multiple children because we have men that are using sex as a means of therapy. So we have a group of men that have problems and have issues, and the only thing that they validate their manhood on is having sex with a woman, not raising kids, not fixing their mentals. They're using drugs. They're finding other ways to try to mend those problems or put a Band-Aid on those problems. So we got a group of men that can't be trusted more so than any other culture have before. So right now we asking women to be more mindful, and the women coming behind this group, they will be more mindful because they've learned that we can't trust the men to do what needs to be done and take care of us because these men are leaving us single with kids. So women now have to be more guarded. See, the women in the cultures before ours, they didn't have to protect themselves like that, but now they do.
At what point do you think that?
Like it would change. I think it's happening now because you got the 12 and 13-year-old women now, young girls now, looking at the problems of their older sisters and mothers, and they're going into life with a different attitude. Like, nah, I ain't letting you get me like that. I'm not trusting you like that. I'm not taking your word for it. So these young women who seeing what these irresponsible men are doing, they're no longer allowing men or listening to men unless that man has been proven to be sincere because they don't want to fall into the same trap. But these women that are dealing with multiple kids, they trusted men that they should not have, and those men should have been more responsible with the sex that they was having.
So that can go two ways. So if you see a woman with a lot of kids and she's struggling, this could go one or two ways. If you are a woman, you can say, I can see how hard my sister is having it, or I can see how hard my auntie is having it, and I don't want that for me. So I'm going to be a little bit mindful of how I
We have to
deal.
learn from the generation
Or
before.
even the children, like this man ain't even in the household, so now I have to help my mama with these set of siblings, and I don't want that for me. It can either go that route or it can go the route, this is what I'm used to, so this is what life look like for me.
We have men that'll stop dating, that'll stop taking care of their children if the woman doesn't give them sex anymore. As if that cuts you off from the responsibility of taking care of your child. So we have men, we have to be more responsible, and we have to hold our brothers more responsible and accountable for their actions.
I agree. Now, speaking of the women's situation with the children, let's stay kind of in that field.
Okay.
But let's switch gears a little bit. So
I know where you're
talking
going.
about the new qualifications of the SNAP benefits. How you feeling about that?
Man, I love it. And people hate it
I
because
agree.
it's making people more accountable for their actions. I
Listen,
love what Trump did with the SNAP
Trump
benefits.
is on to something.
Dog.
Listen to me. I don't know what y'all beef is with
Love
Trump,
what Trump doing
but
in
y'all
that
can
regard.
never make me hate that man. Y'all just can't. I feel like Trump is literally making America great again. I seen something else. This a little bit off topic, but I'm gonna jump back on this. I seen something else where it was like he passed a law with 5-year common law marriage or something like that. He not doing nothing but trying to get y'all aligned with the principles of the Bible. He for the betterment of your soul. Like, why y'all? He can't force us. Why you been sitting around this person 5+ years anyway, and you ain't got no plans on a commitment or a solid foundation? Like, I don't know. But back to these qualifications, I feel like they're reasonable.
They're
80
very
hours,
reasonable.
80 hours a month. That's 20 hours a week.
So basically, you got to work. You got to snap your ass up off that couch.
Get up and work.
And take your ass to work. You got to be responsible.
What they say, the 2-year maximum of the Section 8. I feel like this. I done gave you $8 rent for 2 years. You should been stack some money up. You should be good.
I said, dog, you know how
You
rich
should
I
be
would be
good.
if I had $30 a month rent? Nobody on Section 8 should have less than 10, 15,000 put up on the easy. Bitch, you rent $30 and you selling half the benefits. Man, if you didn't come up in that era of time
You
where
want
you was
food
benefit,
stamps.
then you
ain't
don't
gotta buy
deserve no
food.
money.
You got $8 rent.
So-
like what?
Come like I'm gonna say around January when it's time to requalify, and these people are not being able to qualify because of the new standards of SNAP benefits. It's gonna
And
be
I
it's
feel
gonna
like
be a
they're
lot of people
reasonable.
suffering because of their own
Reasonable
laziness.
sta-
See, this the thing. If you take a lion after a while from a cub and put it in the zoo and you feed it till he was to a teenage age or he getting older, and you put that same lion that you've been feeding back into the jungle, that lion can't feed himself. So we got too many people in our culture. They're zoo lions. They can't defend themselves and they can't hunt in the wild, so they can't survive without being dependent.
And then it says that the children have to meet a certain educational requirement. They go to school anyway.
They go to school
That's what
anyway.
I'm saying. Everything is reasonable. Why are people making a big deal about this? Is what I'm.
Well, they making a big
confused
deal of it
about.
because we got a lot of lazy people
Yep.
that been
They
on
finna
them
have to get
benefits.
up.
They finna have to get
they
up.
finna have to get up.
Yeah.
Yep. Trump just trying to teach y'all how to stand on your own 2 feet and walk. That's it. That's all he's trying to do. I feel like he ain't doing no wrong. And the SNAP benefits, those qualifications is per case. So if you got man and woman in the household, what's that? 20 hours apiece?
That's 20 hours a
Every
piece.
week,
And tune in
so-
to Box Talk TV every Thursday. We got another topic coming up. What we got next? I think
Our
where we
next
going.
Topic is we talking about this Cardi B situation.
Man, the Cardi B situation.
So I guess Cardi B went through this breakup and she deleted all the. You know how we do. We
Get
get
mad,
mad,
take the
delete
pictures
all
down.
your pictures. Yeah, that's what she did. So Offset had some rebuttal. Offset had some stuff he wanted to say. He said, "Why you even worried about the D anyway?" He said, "Focus on your music because I guess Cardi B just ain't been in that studio." So how you feeling about that, Molly?
So
Molly?
Offset said she should go work on the studio.
He said, "Focus on your craft, basically, instead
Right.
of focus on your craft
Instead
and
of the-
your
instead
children
of the D.
instead of that."
But
that
he
part.
would still have his woman if he wasn't worried about the P. See, I ain't gonna lie. Cardi B have shown you a woman that was from the hood, had bad habits, straightened up, did what a man asked of her to do, become a wife, stay faithful, don't be. And then he took a woman that changed for him, and he didn't stand up the way he's supposed to have. So once a woman be scorned and say, "Man, I've changed and gave up my life," man, you ain't getting that woman back. He might well stop coming on what because she gone because you've embarrassed her publicly. And it's hard to date when you're a celebrity because everybody see your mistakes you make. But you got to be intelligent enough to know, man. These women, these women are for the streets when you're a rapper. If you're in a relationship, if you're smart enough to find your queen and settle down and begin a family, man, you can't be out here making mistakes and embarrassing this woman like this, as if she don't have choices.
Okay.
As if it's not a line of men waiting, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm in line too. If Cardi B, if I get around to Cardi B, I don't give a damn that BBL stink. I want some. Give a damn.
Now, I do want to say this. Okay, so when it comes down to the men embarrassing the women, at some point we got to have, and I ain't trying to bash Cardi B, I ain't trying to come for you, but at some point you got to be held accountable for your actions.
He publicly embarrassed Cardi B, so you
Yeah.
need to publicly beg. You need to he need to do a remix with Robin Thicke.
It's
Robin Thicke
possible.
need to teach him how to beg.
It's possible.
Him and Q Sweat.
It is possible. I'll say get it together. Get it together for them children. Stop being so selfish. Them children, they watching. They little sponges. They soak up everything. So let's get into our next topic, Marlo.
What we got next on Box Talk TV?
And I'm about to close this.
As you can see the
'cause they
screen,
can't- they
we
can't
put the
hear
topics
me
on the
anyway.
screen and then we react to the videos and things that you see on the screen. The hot topics for this week. What we got
So,
next?
We got this situation where
Can we play the video?
This woman, yes, this
Okay.
woman was in 7-Eleven and she rejected this man and he was upset at how she rejected him and he threw hot coffee on her. How you feel about that?
Just the thing about rejection. I've seen men reject women that they try to talk to in a long. First off, the fact that he threw coffee. See, if she would have been at Starbucks, you couldn't afford to throw that damn coffee. So when you at 7-Eleven, he can afford it. He got
That's some
59
deep
cents.
rooted issues.
Right. So you should be, if she went to Starbucks, nigga ain't throwing $20 on your ass. But the thing about rejection is the rejection has nothing really to do with the woman. It's his failure as a man, and she is publicly showing him how less of a man he is, and that's embarrassing to the point where
Yeah.
he wants to have a reaction. He's not really mad at her for rejecting him. He's upset that she's put a mirror to him and showed him how less of a man that she thinks he is. And his reaction is, any man that has any value, when a woman rejects you, she really save you some money, because your first date, you're going to spend some money. Down the line, if she has children, you're going to spend some money. And I'm not talking about tricking. It just costs to have a person in your life that you care about. So
Yeah.
anytime a woman rejected me, I appreciate it. I'm like, you know what? You saved me some money. Because if you don't really like me, I appreciate you telling me. Because there's been women who didn't like me but lied to me to get what they needed, lied to me, pretended to care. So I would rather you reject me
Yeah.
and not be
Save me
around
the
me and be
headache.
fake.
It had nothing to do with her at
It
all.
ain't nothing.
She just caught the wrath behind the many times that he been rejected. When his mama rejected him, when he got rejected by
It be life.
life don't reject.
That's a
you.
reaction of your
The
life so
job
fucked up. You
deals
mad at
that you
you
wanted.
ain't even mad at her. You really mad at yourself. Your life so fucked up that you ups. No, I ain't never been. And
She just caught
and
the
my
wrath.
confidence so different. If you reject me Monday, I don't even blame me. I was like, okay, she ain't like this outfit. When I see her again, I try.
This takes me back to that
So,
movie. Straw.
I don't get upset like
Did
that.
you see the movie Straw?
I did see
With
the
Tyler
movie Straw.
Perry. This is what that
I
put
did
me in
see
the
the movie
mind
Straw.
of. He just kind of just
He
on
was
his,
your breaking
his
point.
last straw. Yeah.
Look, most of the
Last straw.
time, I tell people,
Not justifying his behavior, because this is not cool at all. And where does that lead us women? Like, we not interested. This woman could be in a relationship. Her mind she could be focused,
No.
with tunnel vision, and she just not interested. Like, why?
we have a
should
bunch
have
of
a
people.
right to not be interested. I feel like men have got to take mental health more seriously, and you got tools. You got a bunch of different tools at your fingertips. You
Right.
have to utilize them. Like, for instance, I wanna it's this app called BetterHelp, and it's basically therapists right at your fingertip. You
Okay.
download that app, and it links you up with a therapist that's compatible with you. Basically, you can pick man, woman. I want them to be Christian, faith based or not. They specialize in what you're dealing with. So sometimes you can FaceTime them. It's like a app where you can FaceTime, you can text them all day. It's right at your fingertip. And when I end up looking into it, I think it was a solid like $60 a week to find a therapist that specializes in what you're dealing with, and you can change therapists if you don't agree with them no more. But I feel like we have to. I don't know if anybody know about the 7 dimensions of wellness, but it's basically
Okay.
the spiritual wellness, the different. Let me see if I can look it up real quick.
7 levels of wellness.
It's 7 dimensions of
And a lot of
wellness.
time, man, when you are setting up a life, you have to have people that you can be honest about situations you're going through without being judged or without being looked upon as you less than a man because you failed in a certain area. And men, we don't have a lot of people that we can rely on to be confident to say, I got something on my mind I need to speak about. So a lot of time we replace those people that we need to speak with drugs and alcohol, and it causes bad
I done
problems.
found that on the internet. So the 7 dimensions of wellness is your physical wellness, your
Physical
emotional, physical,
Okay.
emotional, spiritual, intellectual, social, environmental, and vocational. So if just for a brief second I can break, physical wellness is basically what you intake in your body, your physical well-being, like stay active, make sure you go to get your yearly or monthly checkups or however they go.
All right.
Just keep your physical intact, basically what you intake in eat your vegetables, your fruit and stuff, y'all. Your emotional well-being, acknowledge your emotions. I feel something there, acknowledge it and deal with it accordingly. You see what I'm saying? But that's
All right.
your emotional wellness. Your spiritual, whatever your faith is rooted in, understand why, practice that, spend that time in prayer or that time in meditation or that time in study, but nurture that area of your life. Also, you got intellectual. Stimulate your mind. Get a podcast, view some podcasts, add something to your mental every single day, you know. Then you got social. That's connect with your friendship, nurture your friend groups, nurture your social groups, nurture those groups. Get around people, like-minded people, or people who is where you want to be. You see what I'm saying? Nurture that social part of your life. And environmental is basically keeping your workspace, your home space clean. Keep it in a way that serves you and the person that you want to be. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? And vocational is basically balancing all of them, balancing all those six. These are the 7 dimensions of wellness. And I don't want to get too deep, but it's a scripture in the Bible that basically say we fight one way, but the enemy attacked us 7 different ways.
Right.
And this is what reminds me of the 7 dimensions. We fight one way, which is physical, but you got the enemy messing up our environment or our social life or our
Right.
mental or our
Disturbing
intellectual.
your peace.
Yeah, so it's best that we balance, get in tune with that vocational and balance all those different dimensions of our life. It's important. So yeah, that's what I had on this, y'all. It's important. Mental health, you know, it's crazy as of now. But yeah, this is. You got anything else that you want to wrap up on, my local?
No, is that our last topic for today in Box Talk? Man, this is man, this is what we do each and every week at Box Talk TV. This is the live version of Box Talk TV where you can interact with us as we're doing the podcast. So if you got questions, put them in the comment section, and you can also get the edited version. Once we edit it cuts it down some. You can get the edited version and come see it in its entirety if you missed any portion of it, or if you got something to add to any of the topics that we talked about, you can reach out to me through the comment sections or through the inbox. But this is Box Talk TV. Appreciate you guys watching the live version of Box Talk TV, and we're going to take this video and edit it. We have done several podcasts, and we'll be putting those out as we get those edited. So we're building content right now. Appreciate you guys watching Box Talk TV. See you next week.
That's it. Bye.
Any questions?